Here will return 1, or we can also echo something. So now this when we type here about, will echo about us. Okay. So now this is calling directly from here. This is not a practice you should follow, but it's just for example. Okay, what actually we need to do? We have to go here. We have to create new file like about.blade.php. Okay, in this file we have to write HTML. In H1 we will type about us. Now from that route we're going to return this view. You don't need to write whole name for the view like about.blade.php. You just need to now write its initial word. Okay, so now it is coming from that view. Okay, so we can also do it better by just creating some new controller. Okay, so artisan command basically it is used for creating and making any controller or database seeder or email or anything you need to create. You have to use the artisan command in Laravel. So when we need to make a controller, we need to create a command like the artisan make controller, and let's give it a name my controller. Okay, and now whenever we click here it will create a controller. So in app http controller, it has created my controller. Okay, so whenever we want to call something from this controller, what we can do, we can create a function here, public function, index, and what we can do, we give no argument here, and we just return here some value, return. Okay, we can also do echo. Let's return. Okay, we return 10 from here. So now whenever we go to controller, so now we have to write something else for route, not in the same way that we have done before. We can do it like this: route colon get, and it is like slash index. Okay, so now we are calling this from controller. So we need to write the name of the controller. So our controller name is my controller. Okay, we have to define it like this, and in this we have, in the second argument we have to pass the name of the method which we are calling. In this case we are calling index method, so we will write index over here. Okay, so now when we type here index, okay, target class my controller does not exist. Okay, so we'll go to the documentation and we'll see what kind of mistake we have made. Okay, so in document we have to go for digits. In digits we have to go in routing. Here we can see how to call a function for the route, particular route. Okay. Okay, let's see now. Okay, so we are running in background over this application command. So first we have to close it, then we have to run it again. I think so. That's like in here. Okay, we have to use it like this. Okay, so now it is returning our value which we have put here. Okay, we have to include that class over on the top. Okay, we can use it like this also, and we can also do it. I think so. We can do it like this also. And we will type control space here. It will include it automatically on the top. Okay, so now whenever we refresh it, yes, it is coming here. Okay, so from that view, we are returning some value from that controller. Okay, so now from that controller, if you want to return something like view, so we can use this method return view, and here we can give it name like about. Okay, then return this view from here. So now whenever we will open this URL, we will going to return us that view. Okay, but if you want to pass some value from same view, we can use like this variable compact, in which you can provide values like for example we given here the value $x is equal to 10. Okay, so we can pass a variable x here in this compact variable. Now this variable will be accessible on that view in which we are passing the data. So in views, we go for about blade, and here we can use that variable directly. Okay, so now it is giving data over here. So basically, we are what we are seeing is that the view is getting data from this controller, okay, and in this controller we are getting data directly statically from here, okay. So now we can also do the same thing with the database. We can fetch data over here, and that data would going to be passed from these variables to the views, and in the view we can view all the data like list of user, list of students, or anything we want to display on our view. Okay, so now we come to model. Okay, by default, Laravel is giving us two tables. We have to go for database migration. We'll have two tables. Okay, this is for the field job. This is like password reset table, and this is the user table for by default authentication, which is provided by the Laravel. Okay. So in Laravel, we don't need to go for creating table to like PHP MyAdmin, and in that we have to create all the tables. We can create it directly from here. Okay, then we just need to migrate, and this table will be created in our database, whichever is provided in this env file. Okay, this will come very handy when if we have make any project and we forgot to like take backup for the database, and also it is useful when like if you change one or two column in your database, and after that you just forgot to take a backup. So every time you will install that project, you need to add two columns to the database again and again. So in this way, you can just create a migration over here, and you can migrate the tables directly to the database in a single command, which is PHP artisan migrate. It will migrate all the data tables from the migrations to the database. Also, it is helpful for like seeders. In seeders is like something like whenever you have something default data. For example, for registration, you created two users. Okay, so every time you need to create two users. So you can create a seeder class over here in this seeder folder, and it will seed the data to the table while migration is taking place. Okay, so now this is we will study about model in next lecture. But first of all, let me introduce you something else. These are the middlewares. Okay, so whenever you need to provide any authentication, for example, the some some data is accessible by only a priority user. For example, some data can be only edited by the admin, and some data can be edited by the user only. So in that case, we need to provide a middleware. Basically, what middleware will do, it will filter out the data according to the user which is going to use it. For example, if an admin is going to use something, for example, admin is deleting some user. So admin has right to delete the user, so it can easily do, but the user cannot delete another user because it don't have that right. So that's why the middleware will come in picture, and it will authenticate the user to gaining or accessing some data. Okay. Similarly, we have some like auth middleware, which is by default given the authentication, but we can also create our own middlewares in which we just need to pass the filter query, and according to which the data would going to be filtered. Okay, so now in views, if you want to call this view directly, you can also do it from here, like in our route folder, we have given it name like user. Okay, so we can also define this route name which will going to do it like name is equal to user. So whenever we want to call it by the name, you can do it like in this welcome blade. Instead of this documentation, we will going to call the view from a route method. The route is user. And here we'll give it about. Okay. So now when we click on about, it will redirect us to that controller, and that controller will return us this view with this particular value. Okay, so now if you want to call it by the URL, you can write here URL. Okay, so let me make some change over here. URL will be going to user1 and the name will going to be user. Okay, so now when I type URL and I give here route name, it won't work. Okay, 404 not found. But whenever I give URL and user1, now it's going to be working. Yeah, you need to type here user1. Okay, now I'm getting here the same view but by the different name. So you can call here by URL as well as by the route name. Okay, so till now anyone has any confusion? I think so you are going to have it. So one by one, can you ask? Hello? Hello? Does anyone has any kind of confusion?
No, sir.
So you don't have any confusion in this? I had a lot of confusion when I studied this. Okay, so everyone, I want you to install the Laravel. You can go through this documentation, laravel.com. Here you will get the documentation for the installation. Okay, just go for this website and just click on getting started and installation. You first need to install the XAMPP, and after that you need to install Composer. After this two will be installed in your device, then you will need to type the command Composer global require global Laravel/Laravel installer, or you can find this command somewhere here. You can use it like this also. There are different ways you can install it, but the best way, which is installing it globally. So next time whenever you will need it, it will come in handy. It will load some data from cache, and the data which is updated, it will load it from internet. Okay, when you install the Laravel, after that you need to create a blank database in your local server, like in phpMyAdmin. You close. You will get, if you are lucky, then you will not get any error while installing this Laravel, but everyone will get the error. So solve it by doing some research, and if it is not working, then also then I can tell you what to do. And here you need to create a blank database, like we have created the test project. So I am also going to create here database for the test project. Okay, so in here in our env file, we need to change the name for the database, and it is the same, so we won't need to change it now. uh, when I just need to do this. Okay, so now you see in this database we are not having any table. Okay, so when I click here and I create PHP, we create the table in database, and when we go to the database and we refresh it, we get all the tables including the migration. This migration table is useful for maintaining the track of when and where which type of database we are installing, and when we are reverting the changes, as well as when we do like or dropping some table or anything, any kind of like operation regarding the database, it will be collected over here and we can keep track. So we can also do it like rollback also from here. Okay, so this is the basic user table in which we have name, email verified, password, remember total. Okay. So from for the database operation, you need to have installed your data like Laravel in your device, and for that we need to have another lecture. So first of all, from today lecture, you have to complete this following task. You have to install the Laravel in your device, then Laravel and Composer. Okay, you all know the websites from where you have to install it. Okay, for the Laravel, installing it globally, I can write the command in chat, so you can copy it. Like, first of all, you need to install Composer. Then you have to type this command. By this command, you will install Laravel globally in your system. And for creating a project, you need to write just Laravel new and your project name in this like your blog. So it will be easy if everyone will have the same project name. After this two command, the database, the Laravel project will be installed in your system. Okay, so if anyone don't have any doubt, so we can end this lecture over here. And if someone have any doubt, don't message me in personal. You just need to email me with your problem in brief, and I will respond it. And for the certificates, you need to do me the text message in your and if you are not registered on that Google form, then you are not going to get the email or your certificate. And if you are registered over there and still not getting any certificate, or you have to change like from Laravel to Flutter or to Flutter to Laravel, so you can text me in one of my personal number, not a WhatsApp message, only a text message. Because WhatsApp message I don't view all the time. I you have to text me on my number. Okay, everyone got it?
Yes, sir.
And your
Yes,
attendance,
sir.
okay, and your attendance would be based on the task which you are completing, not on this who are attending this lecture. Okay, so if anyone is sitting here ideally for just for the attendance, then they don't have to, just need to submit the task whichever is provided. Like for this lecture, the task is to install Laravel, Composer, Jam, and create a new project using Laravel. Just an empty project, not a whole project. And from the next lecture, we are going to work practically on that. So I think everything is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. Okay, you just need to mail me your detail or your problem in brief. So if I have any possible solution, then I will provide it. Otherwise, I will provide you the link for the solution, so you can do it by your own. So basically, I am also I also studied it by my own, and you must know that whenever you start to learn something by your own, then and only then you will get it correctly. Otherwise, you will keep on asking for everyone for help. So mostly whenever you get any problem, you just Google it, and if the solution is not available anywhere, then you going to ask me. So it will create your mind sharper, and you also learn something else from that. Okay. So let's end this lecture. So for next in next lecture, you have to install this Laravel new blog project as well as Composer and Zen. And if you will use VS Code, it would be very helpful to you to distinguish between code, as well as it will give you some predefined syntax for Blade templating engine, as well as for the PHP, and also for the HTML. So it will be great. Okay, so we are going to end this meeting. If anyone have any doubt, they can ask it right now, because we have 5 minutes left. Else we're going to end it. Hello. If anyone have any doubt, you can ask me right now, or we can end this meeting.
No, sir, no.
No doubt, sir.
Okay. So you have to install it, and we'll meet in the next lecture. Okay. Goodbye.